to tell you namely about get to know the medical term in Covid-19. Namely the first, local transmission or source of infection in the country. Local transmission means that a patient is infected in the area where the case was found. For example, a patient report positive contracting the Covid-19 in Indonesia and contracting the Indonesian virus. Imported case or source of the Covid-19 comes from the other country. In the case of the imported case, means someone is infected while outside positive corona in Indonesia, but she was infected outside in territory of Indonesia because she had just a vacation from the other country. Number 3, under investigation or the location and type of transmission can't be determined. Indicates the location where the type of transmission or transmission has not been determined for any case or still under investigation. Number 4, people in the monitoring. People in the monitoring for symptoms that appear only one of fever or respiratory disorders, such as cold sore, throat and shortness of breath, in the condition of the person who watches is aggravated and has met the criteria of the patient in the monitoring is to be taken to the hospital. Number 5, patient in the monitoring. Patient in the monitoring is given to those who have symptoms of the Covid-19 that we know in general, such as body heat and respiratory disorders, and have been to an area or live in an area known to be an area transmission of Covid-19. Number 6, suspect or a combination of people in monitoring and patient in monitoring. Patient with corona suspect status can later be cited to the patient on maintaining, but that doesn't mean that the person is positive by Covid-19 in patient who suspect corona will be namely suspect or a combination of people in monitoring and patient in monitoring. Patient with corona suspect status can later be said to be patient on monitoring, but that doesn't mean that the person is positively by corona in patient who suspect corona will be tested whether the patient has been infected or not. Number 7, confirm or medical test to ensure the patient status is positive or negative. Usually, the test used is a rapid test. The test is first addressed to health workers, case of patient on monitoring, and people on monitoring. Number 8, namely cluster or disease that occur in one group. The cluster can be likely to a parent of disease transmission in an area of the cluster, and then a subcluster case arise. When this parent group turns out to transmit the virus in a chain to another group outside the cluster. Number 9, namely tracing or monitoring all activities of patients suspected of communicable disease. The government made contact tracing to control the rate at which the spread of the virus was beginning to be identified. Identification of people who made contact with corona positive patients. This is the concept of contact tracing. And the last, namely community spread. The spread of disease that fall within one specific case. Community spread is the spread of disease in a certain area that is not known exactly when and how someone is infected. Transmission in community spread is less specific and difficult to track than spread in cluster. Alright, this is my explanation about medical term in COVID-19. For your attention, I say thanks.